Hello everyone, this is Tammy and Data. Welcome again to my channel. So today what I'm going to be doing is I am going to be cleaning a data. So fun fact, I actually manipulated this data myself. I got it from ChatGPT and I made a bit of modifications to it. I made it really dirty so that I can challenge myself and enhance my data cleaning skills by utilizing Power Query, Power BI. Okay, so I'm going to be getting right into it now without further ado. But then before then, I need to adjust this data so you can see how it really looks. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to be doing is to adjust this. Control A, then Alt HOI. This is one of my favorite shortcuts to use because it just makes it very clear for me to see at a glance. So looking at this data now, can we see how the data looks like? I mean, Tammy, you did this to yourself. Well, it's not impossible, so we are going to get this cleaned. Yes, we are. Can you see how it looks? Can you see it? So let's get this right into Power Query, Power BI so that we can have it cleaned as we want. So this is the Power Query, Power BI desktop. Then I'm going to get data. It's a CSV file. So from text/CSV, then Delmich dataset. You click on open and wait for it to open. So let's wait for it to come up. Data cleaning is a very interesting. So we just click on transform data. It's a very interesting part of data analysis to me, actually, because it helps me to be more creative. It helps me to activate my critical thinking skills because you have to think of a particular way to go about cleaning or solving the problem that you have presented to you. I mean, data analysis as a whole actually activates your critical thinking. But data cleaning is very interesting. I mean, you get to be creative. You get to find out different ways to go about cleaning the data, right? So, yes, we have it in my Power Query editor. Now, the first thing I like to do after I import my data into Power Query editor is that I noticed that Power BI tends to change the type of the data, so to speak. So the first thing I do is to delete this step because I prefer to specify the format that I want my data to be in rather than Power BI giving it to me, because you know it just try to exhibit what it feels that it should be. So I just tend to get that out. Then on the long run, I tend to specify what I actually want, right? So I'm going to show you why I did that, especially in this column that we are now. So look at this student ID column. We need to have only the student ID in this column, right? We don't need all of this extra here for now. So what I'm going to be doing is to get this out of the way. But before then, you would notice that in this row, we have the header as well. Can you see it's the same as the header here? And I don't want it here. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is to check if there are other values in the way, right? Let me see if there are other values in that same row. So they are not, to be sure that we are not making the wrong move. So I'm going to get rid of this by filtering it out. So I'm just going to filter it out here, uncheck it at the bottom here. So I'll click on OK, right? Yes, so that is out of the way. Now the next thing is to split this column using the delimiter. This big man here is the delimiter, right? So we are going to be splitting it based on that delimiter. So we are going to be using split column, right click, split column by delimiter, right? So fun fact, I don't have this big man on my keyboard, so I'll just click on custom. So I'd have to go and pick it from my Excel sheet here. So I'm just going to copy this here, copy, and I'll paste it in my editor, right? So I'll just paste it here. I'll paste it without the space. So at every occurrence of the delimiter, so that at every occurrence from here it will split here, and the likes into separate columns, right? So that's what I want to achieve. So I'll click on OK and have them separated. Can you see what we have now? Can you see what we have now? So this is what we have, right? Yes. So then again, I'm still going to remove this change type. Now let me show you why. Look at these values here. These values that have decimals. Can you see? Now, Power Query changed them to integers, but they actually have what's it called, percentage attached to them, right? Let me show you how it looks like in the Excel sheet. They have percentage. I don't know if I would see it as soon as I can. Okay, yes, this is it. Can you see? These are the actual values, and I don't want it to get rid of that percentage because I actually want to clean it with that percentage. I want to get rid of it myself, right? I don't want it to give me this option. So I'm just going to remove this change type, and you see what happens now. You see that it takes it back to the text, and then it returns the percentage. Can you see? It is back. So I'm going to be getting rid of the percentage. Then I will now change it back to whole number the way that I want it to be, right? So I'm just going to do what? I'm going to replace values. That's how I'm going to get rid of the percentage. I'll just say find percentage, but replace it with nothing, right? So I'll click on OK. Then let's see what happens. Let's see. You can see that the percentage is out of the way, right? Can you see any percentage there anymore? No, we can't. But the only problem we have is this. Now this value is 139, not 2139. It is actually 139 because it is not 213 as well. We have it here. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be replacing 2139 with 139. So that's what I'm doing now. So I'm just going to right click, replace values. Then I'm going to replace 2139 with 139, right? I'll click on OK, and let's see what happens. Now I think it is cleaned. Let's look for 139. Can you see we have it here already? So let's check the other part. 230, was it 2? Yeah, so we don't have it here again. Can you see? So this student ID column is cleaned now. We have achieved what we want to achieve for this column, right? So now that I've achieved it, I can now decide the format that I want it to be. So I'm going to change the data type to whole number. That is how I want it to be, right? Can you see that it is perfect now? So we have that out of the way. Now this is supposed to be the first name of the student, right? And not any other thing. So let's check. Let's see if we have any other unusual values here that we can tackle before we go ahead. No, we don't. So this is perfect for us for now, right? We are still going to take care of the null values, but for now it is perfect. So I'm going to be changing this to first name, right? And this is also supposed to be the last name of the student. So this is the last name of the student. We have that now. Let's see if we have any other unusual values. No, we don't. So this is good, right? Now this is supposed to be the age of the student, and it's supposed to be all numbers, but let's leave it at that for now, right? We are going to come back to changing the data type. So the age is good for now. This is the gender of the students. You can see male and female, M and F, representing the gender of the students, right? So let's check if we also have anything to be cleaned. No, we don't. Also, this is supposed to be the course, right? The course that was taken by the students, by each student. So let's see if we have other unusual. Yes, we do. So we have data science. We have there should be a reason why this is separated from this. I don't know why now, but we'll find out. Then we have machine learning. We have machine learning without a G. We have web development that are not correctly spelled, but we are not going to be cleaning that now. I want us to have every of the course in one column before we clean all of it together, right? So now this is supposed to be the enrollment dates when the student enrolled for the course. So we'll rename this enrollment dates. Then we check to see if there is something we need to work on as well. So let's see. For now there isn't, aside from the NA, which is not available. So let's leave that for now. If there's anything to be done, we'll come back to it. So this is the total payments, the amount that the students paid for the course. So this is total payments, and we'll rename this. Let's see if there's anything to be done. So let's check. So everything is in the right format for now. We have it in dollars. There is no other value that has any other units. We have everything in dollars. So we are good to go for now, right? Now, the first half of the data is a bit cleaned, right? So we are going to be going ahead to the next step. Now we have another column, another set of columns having the same headers, but the values need to be cleaned, right? Now let's start with the first name. Let's see what is happening there. And the first name now, we also have some unusual values. Exactly, it's the same way we have them in this, right? Now what I'm going to be telling you is that looking at the data, right, the data shows that the student ID range from 101 to 237. Can you see it? 237 here. So any other ID that you see is pointless and they need to be getting rid of, right? So we already have 143, we have 144, we have 145. So all of this here are pointless. Can you see? So we need to get rid of them. We don't even need them in any way. We don't need them at all. So let's go back to our query editor to see what we need to do to get rid of them, right? So let's go now. So looking at this first name now, right, what we need to do is to make sure that we get rid of all of these IDs that are not relevant, right? So that's what we need to do. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to be splitting these columns, right? I want them to be in separate columns. So I'm going to right click and split column by delimiter, the same big man. We'll bring the big man here. So our custom column, or custom delimiter rather, then custom, where are you? Okay, so let me paste it here. Let me get rid of the space so as to be on the safe side. Then each occurrence of the delimiter, then okay. So look at what we have now. We have this column with the values that we don't want and also the values that we want. So this point we need to be very careful, because we only need to get rid of the ones that have 101, the ones that start with 1, and also the ones that start with 5 as well. Let me see if there's any other one that starts with any other number. No, we don't. Now, fun fact, you see this column, this column showed me shaggy, because I had to think of different ways to go about it. I had to try out different ways before it got to a point that I even had to ask the Twitter community. Oh god, the data community on Twitter is so sweet. They gave me diverse suggestions, and even from the suggestions I also learned a lot of things, right? So at the end of the day, this is the simple, or should I say, simple way that I got to go about it. So I went ahead to conditional column, right? Add a new column, then conditional column. So I'm going to be saying, if, let me give it custom 1, right? So I'm going to be saying, if this column begins with 1, or if a value begins with 1 in this column, then give me only null value. If it begins with 5, give me a null value. But if otherwise, then just give me back my column. I don't want you to give me anything else, right? So that's what I'm going to be doing. That's the interpretation of what I'm about to do. So I'm saying, if this column, what's it called again? First name dot 1, right? First name dot 1 begins with 1, which is the ID that begins with 1, remember, right? Then give me null. So I'm not going to be putting anything here. Also, I'm going to add a new clause. I'm going to say also, if this same column begins with 5, then also give me a null, right? Else, if none of these are there, then just give me back my column. So I'm going to be selecting a column here, select a column, then I'm going to select the same column. So else give me my column. Then let's see what happens. Let's see what happened. Okay, now let's look at what we have. This is our column that we want. Then let's see. Can you see that all of the values that we don't want are out of our way, right? Now, before I go back to the rest of the columns that I need to clean, I'm going to delete this one because of course we don't need them anymore. We have already taken care of it, right? So I'm going to be removing this. Yes, so I have that out of my way. Now let me go back to this one that I've just created. I will need to take care of this and take it back to the place where I want it to be before I go ahead to the others. Now look at this. You can see that this one has a first name, why some don't have, and some have only the first name, why some don't have, some have both the first name and the last name, right? Of course. Now before I go ahead to do what I need to do, I want to trim this column first. I'm going to trim it just in case we have extra spaces in front of the text. So I'm going to right click, then go to transform, and I'm going to trim this column. So I have it trimmed now. Now the next thing I want to do is that I want to make sure that the first name and the last name are in separate columns. Can you see that some are together here? I want them to be in separate columns. Now when they get to be in separate columns, I will now pick them, each one, the first name, I will add it back to the actual first name column that I have here. This is the real one, right? And then the last name as well, I will add it back to this place. That is what I want to do now. So I want to take care of that first before going ahead to take care of others, right? So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to split this by delimiter, which is the space, by delimiter, which is the space, right? Then the rightmost delimiter. So I'm going to click on OK. Then you would see that the last name and the first name has been splitted. Can you see? This one are no because there is nothing there. So those that have first name only have the first name, of course. Those that have both will be splitted. Can you see that it has been splitted? So this is what I want to achieve, right? So I'm not going to pick this one that has the first name and merge it with the actual first name. Do the same with the last name as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this column. Then I'm going to go ahead to the first name that I want to merge it with, which is this one. So I'm just going to scroll up, then select this one. Then, oh, sorry, I'm not supposed to select like that. Let me go back. So I'll select this one, then come back here to the actual one. Then click on Control and select this one, right? So I'm going to right click, then I'll select Merge Column. So the columns will be merged together. So when I merge it together, they will definitely come together. So do I want a separator? No, because they are going to be on their own, not like they're actually merging the values in the cells. No. So I'm not going to give it a separator, but I'm going to name it first name. Else it will just give it merge, and I don't want that. So first name, and I'll click on OK. So it's going to be merged together. Can you see that David, Anita, and the likes are back here? Can you see that they are here? Can you see that we have more first name? Can you see? So we are going to be doing the same for the last name as well. So I will go to pick this, select that, then go to the last name and also click on Control and select Control Select. So I'll right click and merge the column again. No delimiter. Then I will say this is the last name, right? Click on OK. So can you see that some of the last names are here? Our data is getting cleaner. Can you see? Can you see what we are doing? So let me go back to where I came from and continue to clean, right? So where did we stop? Yes, where did we extract? Okay, so it's from here. Now look at this column now. Let's see what we have there. Let's see what we have. So we also have some first name values here, right? So you guessed right. What are we going to do? You guessed right. We are going to merge this as well to the actual first name column. So I'll select this, then I'll go to the first name again, the actual first name, .1. Then I'll click on Control, select this, right click and merge the columns together. So I'm going to name them first name again. I have to keep renaming, else it will just give me merge. First name, click on OK. So you can see that they've been merged together, right? Let's see. See that we have more first names. Okay, we're going to do the same for the second last name. we're going to merge that too. So yes, I think it's this one. Yes, it is this one. So we select this, then also select the last name that we have here. So control select, right click, then merge columns, right? So what's the name? The name is the last name of the student, last name of the student. Okay, so can you see that? Oh, did I select the wrong column? What happened? Let me take that back. Did I select this and this? When did I do that? Anyways, let's go back to do it again. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it now? I think it's this one. Let me see. Okay, yes. So we select this, then we go to the last name. Where is it? Last name. Control select, right click, merge columns, merge the columns, then rename them to last name. Rename it to last name. Last name. Name. So you click on OK, then you can see that it has been merged together. We have more last names, right? So we are getting there, aren't we? Yes, we are. So let's go ahead to the rest of the columns. Let's see what we need to do again. So let's start from here, right? So this is where we stopped. So checking this now, this is what? This is definitely the age of the students, isn't it? Yes, it is. So we're just going to merge this because we don't have anything to clean here, like we have any unusual character or stuff like that. So we just select this, then we merge it back to the age. So just click Control select, then right click, and then I merge the columns together. So once I do that, I need to specify the name of the new column, which is actually the age. So we click on OK, then we can see that the age has been merged. Yes, they are. Can we see? So let's go, let's keep going, let's keep going, let's keep going. So from here, this is where we stopped. What do we have here? We have the gender. Yes, nothing else, just the gender. Again, we are going to merge them together. We'll go ahead to the gender. Where is it? So we select it, Control select, right click, then we merge the columns together. Right, so let's change this to gender. Gender, click on OK. So we have it there. What did I do again? Oh, what did I do again? No, I selected the wrong. No, it's supposed to be this, just this, and this, right? So Control select, right click, then merge together. Then I'm going to say age, right? Age. Okay, so we should have them merged together now. What's happening now? Why do we have extra? Am I merging the wrong values? Let me see, let me look at it again. I think I'm merging the wrong columns. What's happening? Look at this age now. What do we have here? We have only, oh, it's gender, not age. Oh, sorry. So it's supposed to be the gender, right? What do I have? I have gender here. So this for the opt-in time. So this and this. Let me check again. I selected the right one. So let me check again. So is this one? Now. Then go back to here. Gender. This. So I'm going to right click. Then I will merge the columns. Then I will say this is the gender. This is the gender. So I think we should have it there now. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So let's move forward. Let's keep moving. So from here, what do we have here again? We have the course that was taken, right? Course. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Course. Okay, course. So here, this is the course that was taken. Then we're going to merge it back to the course here. So we just, let me unclick this one. You cannot unclick. Okay, select this one, then come back here, Control select, right click, and merge the columns together. and name it course. C-O-U-R-S-E. Okay, so we have them merged together. Can you see that we are moving? Aren't we moving? You see here. Okay, so let me see what we have here. This is the date, enrollment date. So definitely this is coming here, of course. So we've selected that. Then control, select this, right click. So then merge the columns. Then enrollment dates. I said enrollment. It should be enrollment date. Enrollment date. Enrollment days. I don't know, does this thing happen to you guys, whereby you would do something for the first time and then you do it, yes, you get it the normal way, but when you do it again, you tend to think of another way to go about it? Because I'll tell you that when I first cleaned this data, right, the step that I'm taking now are not the actual same. They are similar, right, but they are not exactly the same steps that I took when I first cleaned this data. So I think that's one interesting thing about data cleaning. You would always think of another way to go about it. I mean, a new way would just pop up in your head and be like, there should be a way to go about this aside from the actual way that I did. So just saying, I'm just pointing that out, that it's actually interesting. So go again. What else do we need to do? So we have this here, right? Is this the next one? Okay, we have first name again here. Let's see what we have here. This first name here is not actually first name. We have the payment, total payment. So do we have any unusual character there? No, we don't. Just the $sign, right? So we are going to merge this and this again together. So I can control select, right click, then I'll merge the columns. Then I would name them, which is total payment, right? Total payment. Okay, so we have them there, right? Let me see. Yes, we do. Okay, that is good. So this is another last name column that we need to merge back to the actual last name column, right? So let me be sure that this is actually last name and not first name, because we can't judge by the header that we have here. So let me see. I'm going to select this row here. I'm going to select this row here. Then I'm going to trace it back to see what we have. So this is the last name and first. So it's actually last name. Exactly. So I just needed to confirm that before doing anything. So I'm going to merge this with the actual last name here. So control, select, right click, merge columns, right? I'll merge the columns and I'll name them last name. Name it last name. So the last names are there now. There should be, yeah. So we just have a few more to go. So let's go ahead. Now this is the age, another age column, but let's see what we actually have. So we have this age, then we have F, right? Then we have some unusual characters here. So the first thing I want to do, or I would like to do, is that I am going to first of all get rid of these unusual characters before I go ahead. So what will I do to this? Replace, of course, replace. So I'm just going to right click, then I'll replace the values. I'll replace that star sign with nothing. I'll replace it with nothing. Okay, so I'm going to have only the numbers there. So I have only the numbers now, right? Don't I? Yes, I do. So now what I need to do is that I need to actually, now look at this one. Now this one has 4. Of course, a 4-year-old cannot enroll in this kind of course, so this is actually a wrong value. Now there are 2 things that I can do to replace this 4, which is to actually ask the provider of the data that, okay, this person, what's his name now? Nkechi Nneka. From here you can see that this is Nneka Nwachukwu. So I'll ask, okay, what is the actual age of Nneka Nwachukwu? If they say, I don't know the age of Nneka Nwachukwu, so what I would do is that I will find out the average age and replace 4 with that average age, right? That's what I'm going to do to replace that. Or if it's not actually very important, I can get rid of that 4 and leave it. But for this, for what I'm doing now, I'm actually going to replace it with the average age. So let me just assume that the average age is 22. So I'm going to replace values, replace 4 with 22, right? Click on OK. Let's see if it's the right way to go about it or not. Let me see what happens. Where's the 4? Okay, the 4 did not change. The 4 did not change. Let me see. Replace values. Let me select the 4 here. Then replace values with 22. 22, right? Okay, let me see what happens. Did it replace or did it not replace? Replace, so you better replace. Where is it? Where's that 4? Has it been replaced? Okay, yes, it has. This is it. This is where it was. It has been replaced. So this 220. I don't know how a 220-year-old will enroll for this course. So 220 with 22 as well. Okay. Yep. So I think that is about that for now. So the next thing I need to do is that I need to actually make sure that this F and M are in their separate columns. I don't need them here. I need them in that actual what's it called? The actual column that has the gender. So what I'm going to be doing is, remember that conditional column, that is what I'm going to be using to also tackle this column. So I'm going to be saying that if it has M or F, then give me a null value. But if it does not, then give me the actual value that is in the cell, so that I can take the age that I have and replace it and merge it back to the actual age column. I don't know if you understand, but let me just go ahead to do it so I would show what I was talking about. Okay, so this is, let me say custom 2. Then I'm saying if, what's the name of the other age? Don't we have another age there? So it won't affect this. Let me see. I think we have another age here. Okay, this is age.1. Okay. So I'm saying conditional column, right? Yeah. If this column, age, if it contains F, right, then give me null. And also, if it also contains M, then give me null as well. Else, give me what I have there, nothing else. Else, give me what the column has. Where's its age? Okay, right? So it has given me what I need, exactly what I need. Let's check. So these are the ages of the student that I need. I don't need F and M for now. So I'm going to merge this back with the actual age column that I have, right? So I'm going to select this, then go to the age column, age.1, then Control select, right click, merge columns, and I will name them age, right? Age. So they should be merged by now. Let's see if they are. Yes, they are. Can you see that we have the ages here now? We have them here now. So let me go back to the column that I was dealing with. So I've already extracted the age, so I don't need the age anymore, but I still need the gender. I need to take these 3 values that are here. I need to take them back to the gender column, right? So the same thing that I did to extract the numbers, the age, is the same thing that I'm going to be doing to extract the gender as well. So I'm just going to use conditional column again. Then I'm going to be saying if you have M or F, then give me the column, but if otherwise, then just give me null, right? So that I can extract that. So I'm saying if, what's the name again? Age, right? If age contains F, then give me the column, right? Okay, which is age. Also, if the same column has M, if it contains M, then also give me the column as well, right? Why is this one not clicking? Else give me the column as well. Else give me age, right? So that's what I'm saying. Then if peradventure you don't have all of these things, give me null value, right? Enter value, just give me null value. So that's what I want. I'm clicking on OK. Then let's see what happens. So we have lots of null values. Let me see. We don't actually have F or M again. We don't have F or M again. Why? Why is that? Or do we? Let me see. No, we don't. It's just filled with null values. So that means there's a problem with the condition that I gave to it. So let me see. So I say if it contains F, then give me the column, and if it contains M, also give me the column, else give me null. I'm wondering what's happening. What could be happening? Okay, let me say if it begins with M, and if it begins with M. Let's see what happens. Did it work? No, it didn't. Oh, where is it now? Age begins with F or M. It contains F or M. What could be happening? Okay, you know what? Let's just use if it contains F. Okay, let me get rid of this first. Let me see. Let me get rid of this F first. Let me see. I'll leave it as just M. No, it didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work. Work.